Alright, so the weatherman surprised me with a good thing today. Yesterday, as of like when I packed up last night at probably like 8 o'clock, today was supposed to be pretty rainy all day. But when I looked at the weather this morning, I mean, it was like only 20% at, like the highest was like 30% at 11. And I mean, doesn't really look like a whole lot of rain right now. Then 0 until like 3 o'clock and it goes up to 20. Then nothing until well after I'd be packed up anyways. So yeah, got another free day to work on the car. I'll probably make this part 2 since I've got a fair amount of footage. So let's get cracking. I've already got the templates made from last night. Probably going to just double check the template up for that top hole and get a piece cut out and formed up and then start doing the welding. So when I get done with it, I just what's beautiful about this is, you know, they use like 10,000 little tiny bolts where they could have used 3 big ones, but yeah, they use big enough ones that only having one is good enough to hang it on there at least. I've only got one bolt here. Hold it on when I'm working on it. Just makes it easier for packing it up. Looks nice. So yeah, what I got this hole trimmed up a bit. Got that piece welded in. I got another patch piece for here. I'm just gonna kind of put it on the outside. There's not enough good stuff in there. I've got the template cut. Well, I've actually made 2 templates now. The second one kind of being a double mock-up because this is a more complex shape that I'm trying to cover. I'm trying to make one piece to cover from here all the way back here, going around a couple things. So basically got all the patch panels in place, not welded in, but that one kind of wish I could do better, but it's really hard to get a good piece in there because of the steering box. I gotta kind of fit it up underneath so that doesn't quite match up properly. I'll just weld it in and make it work. I did end up trimming this side a bit so it looks a bit neater from the inside. This top panel though, man, that took forever to get fitted right. A lot of work in that. And as you can see, it's a little bit more different shape, but had a bit of a different shaped hole to cover. So well, that's where I'm at now. You can see kind of how I trimmed up the side of that patch there. I cut out some of that stiffener just to make it look a little neater once it's all welded up. So I guess the next step is going to be strip a little bit of paint around the edges and start welding her up, I guess. Hopefully it doesn't start raining on us. It looks a little gray over there, so it'd be really nice to be able to get this thing done and completely patched up today. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done welding. There's some pinholes in there. If I get the gas torch out, I'll probably fill them in, but I'm not going to do that today. There's a lot of holes down in the bottom. It's a little bit Swiss cheese, but I mean, besides this part being a little wibbly wobbly, I mean, that thing's solid. It's not going anywhere. So, as up there, I'm going to spray paint all this with the Rust-Oleum black. Don't know how long it'll last on the white, but you know, I repaired that myself. I don't care if the white pops through, as long as it's protected, and the bare metal is protected too. I kind of cleaned up the chassis. You can see I'm kind of glad that we don't have MOTs over here in America, because I think this wouldn't exactly, I don't think it would exactly be a passing job, especially with some of the gaposis we got down here. I mean, there's some in there. I don't know, can you see that? That small speed hole. This has been repaired before. You can see there's welds running up and down there where you can't see because I blinded you with the light. There's some welds under the paint that I put down there. Some braze over here, some braze that's come apart. Gas welded plate on here. This little guy that really isn't thick enough to do anything. So yeah, I mean, she's been repaired before. That's probably why I'm not even going to try and save this chassis. I mean, it's got some solid bits, like right there is solid, but yeah, probably not be a problem, or probably be more work than it is when it's worth to save the chassis. And I mean, there's holes in the back and whatnot, but I'm just going to ride with her until I save up enough to get that new chassis and then stick her in. So what's next is, it's like probably only like 27 out here and a little breezy. I've got a tent and a propane heater, so I'm thinking stick the propane heater to start warming up underneath the car and set up a tent around one of those pop-up tents, canopy things around the car. If it's got sides, maybe get this thing warm enough to spray paint all of this. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do next. Alright, so since it's only like 20, as evidenced by the snow on the ground, this is my solution for getting everything painted. Throw a tarp over the thing, kind of lock it down using the tabs, and then point the heater right at it. I don't know if how long this tank's gonna last, so I'm gonna be out here for a while, just keeping an eye on it, warming it up. And I better put the paint inside in the oven to warm it up, because I think it's in the back of the car still. So that's my plan. Just gonna keep the heat on it and keep her nice and toasty, I hope, if this wind doesn't blow all the hot air out of there. Alright, you can hear her running away right now. As I'm doing this project, every time I take her apart, it's like I pull something else off. Right now I got the wing, the door off. I'm glad I took that door off this time. I wish I had done that to begin with. Makes access so much easier. I mean, it's just two nuts, and then I'll get a chance to grease them up real good. I'll probably just use anti-seize, because I have it and I can make it slide a little bit better and last longer. So that's the setup for now. Gonna let her warm up for a while, and I'm gonna grab some lunch while she warms up and paint away. I hope you can hear me out over that. But while the paint's drying in there, that thing's working great. I did have to swap out the one tank. Got a brand new bottle back there also. So yeah, this fender has seen, well, this wing has seen better days. I actually been looking at this, and I'm pretty sure this outer skin here, that you can see just unbolts. I'm like 90% sure that's been replaced, because if I remember right, on my other wing, back over here, there's a lot of galvanic corrosion where it bolts to the bulkhead. This one, I mean, that is pretty darn clean. Plus, the bulkhead where this meets up got smashed rather, well, not really bad, but good enough. There's about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch of Bondo in places to make it fill out. So I'm pretty sure this has been replaced. But looking at this wing, there you can kind of see what's left of the boss. I don't know how well you can see it there. What's left of the boss for the running lights. And honestly, I can't tell. I don't see any second boss. So this would probably be the original wing. And I believe that this would not have had it would have only had running lights in the front, no indicators. So that's something to keep in mind going forward. I do want to keep the indicators, because obviously that's a good thing to have, but that kind of supports my theory on why the wires are a little bit different in the front loom, is because they were put in later, because they've got the indicator wiring in there. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I bent this all up pretty good. I put it on wrong. I got this part, the bulkhead support brackets, this goes behind it. Well, the bulkhead support bracket would go here. Well, I got it in front of it, and the wheel caught it when I turned the wheel, so it's pretty well dented. And I kind of made that dent happen down there. There was a little guy there, and then I ran into my own fender the first time driving my car. Like, literally, the first time I moved it forward, I hear a crunch. I'm like, oh crap, I just hit the house. But no, it was my own fender, so I did hammer that a bit out a bit. That's why you can see the aluminum, the alloy coming through and the paint peeling off. But not dealing with that now. I'm going to try and straighten out this inner bit. And I might try and I'm going to try and straighten that out. Maybe come up with a different mud guard. That's where I'm at, so I'll update you as things go. As you can see, it's a little dark out now. But, well, I'm still not done. It got dark in between. It was getting late anyways, but I had to eat. My wife wouldn't let me go without eating. And there were a couple live streams that I had to catch on YouTube anyways with a couple guys I'm collaborating with for some blacksmithing projects. Warp Legacy being the one and whatnot. Anyways, so I came back out here, and this is one thing I've always wanted a little better, is a little better lighting situation. I don't know, probably looks pretty dark but for you, but you can see my Coleman lantern glowing away brightly over there. But yeah, some nice spread light for the whole area. That's something I've always had trouble with, and well, I just came up with the solution now. It's just one little light bulb, little LED light bulb up top there. Yeah, my phone won't even focus on it. But here's the kicker. I've got all these PVC pipe things that were like banners for something with scouts a long time ago. But they were throwing them all out, so we grabbed them because it's good PVC tube. I mean, yeah, grab it and you could use it for some project. And well, just so happens to fit perfectly in the door hinge. And I mean, yeah, it's a little tipsy, but I mean, all I need is like to get some wire or a bungee cord and bungee it to the door hinge. I mean, that's not going anywhere. Love this thing. I might actually, if I get to do the traveling in this car that I want to do, I might actually do something like that. Get us set up with a LED bulb at the top and get a nice area working with work light. So I know that's a bit of a long-winded segment, but yeah, I'm mighty pleased with that. Can't believe I didn't come up with this earlier. I mean, look, everything's got light except for this side, but I got the lantern I can move for that. Man, I wish I had done this. I wish I had this set up previously. Yeah. I hope you can hear me over that. Oh wow, that's way out of focus. There we go. All right. So yeah, that's the dealio today.